There we go. Decent little start here, and another artifact sword under our belt this time. A rapier. So short blades, which we did kind of just decide that I might start putting points into long blades. But it is by far worth checking out what this thing do. A +10 rapier Wakal. Vorpal has the corrode effect, which is not fantastic. Our poison, which we don't need, unfortunately. We have that ourselves. RF, though, might come in handy. Honestly, it's tempting. If I hadn't found Leech yet, it would have been incredible. A +10, that's what you want to find. And in fact, I feel like I've been way too lucky lately with a lot of our just enchantment ratings. That first number on the artifacts we've been finding has been fairly incredible as of late. But not quite as useful as what we're already kicking with here. So, just got shields and transmutations all sorted up to snuff here and everything. So with that, I think I'm happy to start some Longblades training. I'm gonna try and use Leech for a little bit here. I do really enjoy, like, look at that leeching ability, the namesake of the sword in effect here, as we just managed to barely keep ourselves topped off in these fights. So, as long as we don't rage at an inopportune time, I will rave about the blade here. Of course, I will betray you and everything you love, sword, the second you hurt me, but that's fine. Just don't do that. And let's get some more LRDs. Oof. Ouch, no. Such poor timing. I thought I would be able to afford getting in there, getting a couple stabs in while they were still petrified, but unfortunately, I of course chose the exact turn that our buddy came out of stone here to make my approach. Absolutely huge brain move on my part. I'm an absolute genius, but there we go. We were fortunate enough to be blessed with a random energy in our favor and escape that son of a gun. Jeez Louise. Where do you bring us down? Yeah, that's a nice gap away from where we just were. Though I should say, we need to do our due diligence here and head back for that ogre. Because it would be so much worse to run into them when we really are not in the position to deal with it. Okay, there we go. Now you turn to stone immediately. Let's use the first few turns to get some slashes. You know, not as impressive as I was hoping, if I'm being honest here. LRD was pretty much as effective, if not more, and there we go. Oh me, oh my, those first two-headed ogres. Quite the pain in the butt, aren't they? Even though now that I've played quite a few more games in this version of DCSS, I am curious, was there a commit, or I guess a change made to the game in 0.26 here that made those enemies more likely to appear? Because I feel like I was never running into two-headed ogres before, even like as far as depths and likes, unless it was, you know, the rare out of depth monster. But lately in these runs, it's been about this point almost every other time that we've run across those bad boys, and it's scary every freaking time on the spellcaster because they deal over half of our health each hit, so it's a nightmare situation for sure. But a full inventory at this stage in the game is probably a good problem to have, but not one I expected for sure. So let's start identifying some more of this crap. We get a resist poison ring, which we can just throw away immediately. Our innate abilities take care of that problem, and then this identify scroll should go to this amulet. Perfect. Just in case there's an amulet of faith, wanted to be careful there. Excuse me, sorry about that. And what else can we toss away? I guess weapons. We've kind of just been holding on to a bunch of this old crap here. There we go. Actually, speaking of old crap, potions of degeneration, toss those bad boys out. It has been many, many, many versions since the days of when I would try and throw those potions at enemies to some effective use. Also, much like the two-headed ogre scenario, it'd be real nice, if we could not walk straight into a troll and try and fight them hand to hand, because that's not how this character is designed. This is what we do. We blow up from beyond. We turn people into hundreds of tiny chunks of flesh that slowly turn from stone and back into flesh again and create an absolutely disgusting mess. But it's what we do. Hey, I've come to live with it, and so should you. And, ooh, okay, another spell book. Unfortunately, still not what we're looking for. A necromancy book followed by a hexes book. Not fantastic, if I'm being honest here. But maybe that's my problem. Maybe I need to get a bit more creative, right? Fortunately, we don't have to decide at the moment, because the Earth spellbook should by far be enough to take us to a certain point in the game at the very least. So we can hold off on the decision, not worry about it for the time being. So I think one tiny bang is tickling the bottom of my nose here. Jeez. In the butt. Also, been far too long since I drank. It's not until my throat starts actively bugging and hurting me that my body's like, oh, by the way, that drink that you're not touching, you should probably take that. Okie dokie. That very important order of business out of the way, it is onwards we go. Still finding or searching for just our lair entrance. I hate going down into D10 for it. Who knows what kind of shenanigans we'll run into down here, but ideally it is here, I should say, because technically possible it's down on 11, but I would prefer not to have to start heading down to 11 unless absolutely necessary. Though this makes me think that we've probably found our entrance to lair here. It's not often you find a death yak in D10, unless it's guarding the entrance, as it were. So, let's see what kind of damage some LRD blasts achieve on this bad boy, shall we? Maybe even back up to the stairs ourselves, just in case they don't go so well. Down to half health, eh? Not fantastic. I think I can take one of you, though. Yeah, we'll stone arrow you, bring you upstairs with us. You deal 40 damage max. 30, even better. Perfect. And I have no problem getting in at least a couple slashes here. Getting a chance to prove our mettle as a melee combatant here. Not an opportunity we receive often as a spellcaster. But not too shabby. We can almost beat a Death Yak. I guess we can beat a half-health Death Yak. Face to face. So heck yeah, bud. Small victories, for sure. And there we go. We see Rage doing us a bit of a favor in terms of getting us through that fight, but always a wee bit scary that it will run out. Luckily, we have this weird fog corner that we can just hang out in and hide. That's kind of fortunate. Almost too much of getting exactly what we need exactly at the right time. A suspicious amount of such sentiments, I guess. But we shall just run with it. Also, I should stop walking further in here because I have no idea what I'm going to run into, and I'm still slowed. Oof. This is early to run into one of you. Open the door behind me so I can retreat. There we go. Much better, much better. Jeez Louise. What a crazy little chamber we found ourselves in today. You know what? Let's take you back with us. And please no one else be following because I'd like to work off the slow effect. There we go. Love to see it. Oh baby. And then we find ourselves with the high-end Conjurations spellbook at our disposal. So in our second run, Draco the Second here, we did pretty well on the Conjuration start, especially once we got up to where we were slinging Orbs of Destruction around. So that's definitely on the list here. At the very least, we got Iron Shot. An Iron Shot is huge. Once we have the mana to be able to use this with, I know, a lack of care, I guess, since I'm blanking on the word I'm actually going for, then that will become our main source of damage, for sure, as we've seen in the past. So that is pretty schwanky. Does mean that Conjurations is probably going to get a wee bit of a buff there. Not to 120, but just to 12. There we go. We'll see when we start activating that, but for the time being, let's just keep it moving. See, if we weren't a Draconian and we could wear armor, then what I would probably say at this stage in the run, because we have Leech and it's going so well to start off here, I probably would just slap on some plate armor and go with a Leech for the rest of the run here, but unfortunately, with a Draconian, we never quite have that option. And so, with our low level of AC, I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with that plan moving forward. And so I think instead we will continue kind of what we've been doing thus far, trying my best to hit all these buddies with one LRD. Lovely. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. And let us continue, shall we? Keep going into rage in the very final hit of our fights with all of these buddies, which isn't bad. I mean, so far I should say, because we haven't been immediately thrown into another encounter. Like, again, what the heck, game? What you do? But I can imagine things going worse. Also, right there we saw one of the true downsides of the tab key, as my character started running directly away from a centaur shooting arrows at us towards the other enemy, which is not what you want to find yourself doing on such a low health buddy, but hey, we made it out, so I guess what am I complaining about at all here? And the Death Yaks. Fun stuff. You know what, I can maybe take both of you if we get lucky with some of these blasts here. And if I start retreating at the right time. Yeah, I'll do this. One more? Yeah. Then, should have done a bit more studying of the map before I started moving, but this seems to be my route of choice here. Tried one slash on the yak to see how it went. Not great, but it does open us up to another LRD between the two of them. Now it's a bit tempting to fight. I'm gonna start swinging a bit. Oh no, we went berserk. Actually, I was gonna say this is bad, because I was just trying to regain enough mana in order to LRD them again. Turns out though, when we're berserk, we just wreck house against a yak. So, I guess a death yak, of all things. Not even just a simple fluffy sheepy boy, but one of the scary buddies. So that's pretty solid in its own right. Definitely gives me a different kind of confidence where maybe we can somehow finagle this weird rage wizard into effect. Not very often I hear myself saying that. But upon going into Lair, I do believe I'm going to take off our Necklace of Reflection, a bit less need of that as we run into fewer and fewer intelligent monsters, and maybe swap it out for, it's either Guardian Spirit or Regeneration. I guess Magic Regeneration to be more specific there as well. Spirit Guardian is very tempting, especially if we want to try and just leech our way through this whole thing. That's kind of interesting. Substitute or supplement our low AC with Guardian Spirit health, and then just Demon Blade everything? I might try that out a little bit, see how it feels, how it flows. And let's double check, is there anything else I want to toss away? Oh, this is a different magical staff that just looks almost exactly the same. I see, of course. Why didn't I think so myself? And what else? We can identify a few more things with our scrolls here as well. See, we have our cure wounds, heal wounds, all that nonsense. So let's start identifying potions, or scrolls, I should say. Got our magic mapping identified, and then this one, we have fog, have fear. Ukihi pots was on sale upstairs. So I could actually run out for another one of those, maybe if that's blink or something. It's good to know. Instead, we went for this one, and it became enchant armor. So still no blink scrolls for us. Maybe Ukihi pots is the blessed blink scroll of fate. Guess we'll have to wait. I was kind of curious about this because I feel like I've never actively been paying attention to it when the scenario came up. But when you have an unidentified scroll for sale at a shop, it's very cheap to buy. If you after the fact identify it, does that price get ramped up? Or does it stay as that lower price? I have no idea. I've never found myself in that situation before. But I feel like I would have accidentally noticed it if just because you do like a Control F find for blink scrolls, and then you happen to see a blink scroll that's costs only 32. Like that's something that would jump out to a person, you know? But I'm not too sure off the top of my head exactly how those unidentified objects work. Also, let's not let myself get completely surrounded by wolves. No need to do something quite so silly. Instead, let's head to this hallway where Leech should have no problem just mowing through them one by one. There we go. Love to see it. Even normal yaks. Normal yaks I'm happy to see, I think. I think I can take you buddies with just my sword here. Blink frogs are honestly more scary. Oh gosh, and a Hydra coming up from behind. What the heck? No, game, why you do this? Stop. Stop. Okay, managed to start the petrifying. Let's sneak around. Ouch. So fear scroll would do it. This buddy's about to turn into stone, so that's good. Our stairs are to our right, which is not good. I want to lead all these buddies on a merry chase, but unfortunately, frogs are a wee bit too quick for us in that regard. Well, I think Fear Scroll is going to be my move here. Hydra starts running away, which is good, just in those final stages before she turns to stone. And then we start running the heck out of there. If too many blink frogs catch up to us, we'll have to pause and recalibrate, figure something out. But as is, the loop-de-loop seems to be doing the trick, and we're on our way. The final sprint to the stairs, the final brief moment of danger before safety, and we manage, just barely, to make our way through today. Love to see it. Hydra right at the bottom of my stairs, huh? Is that something I want? Probably not. But that just means I like have to take some enemies upstairs with me, otherwise I feel like I'm just gonna die the moment I go down these stairs. So let's get creative here, shall we? Switch over to throwing nets in my throwing hand. I'm gonna try and net the Hydra. Unfortunately miss. Frig. One more time. Net the Hydra. Netted the Hydra. Perfect. Now let blink frogs and yak next to me. Dang it, lost a blink frog. That's no good. Okay. Well, no dream scenario there. It will be a bunch of blink frogs and an 8-headed Hydra. Just chilling, waiting for me to come down. Oh, I don't love that. It's not fantastic. Not exactly the way you want to be sitting here. And yet, is it bad how tempted I am to just immediately go back down and see if we can take the fight? We have fear scrolls if we need them. We have nets to split them up potentially. Don't kill me in one turn. Perfect. Almost killed me in one turn on our way up. Probably should have thought about that a little bit more. I was hoping more frogs would blink the heck away from me, but unfortunately, no such luck. And now that we've brought all these buddies upstairs, oh gosh, panic mode number 2 sets in. But I think it's going to be a Scroll of Fear. 8-headed Hydra does not run away. Okay, please miss. Missed me once, missed me twice more. Keep missing. Okay. Oh boy. And let us do just a little bit of a loop-de-loop like that. There we go. Love to see it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And now get away from the blink frogs, far enough away that we hopefully don't accidentally run into them whatsoever, because we otherwise have an open floor at our disposal here. And there we go. Create a gap. Try and petrify. Rinse, repeat for the rest of our lives here. But really, as soon as we get to a point where we have a bit more health, I'll probably start throwing in the occasional petrify attempt. Ouch, random energy in the bad way there. Hate that. You know what that means though? New plan, new plan. We stop the pillar dancing and I just run away completely now. There we go. Me oh my, quite the start to our lair here, don't get me wrong. What I get maybe for trying a little too hard to just leech my way to victory. Dang it, no petrify chance on the Hydra either. Please, random energy away from me in the next few steps. Please, Hydra. Or if the frog could like shove their way in, that would also do the trick in my book. Hey, there we go. What a good frog. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this frog here. Oh gosh, I made a horrible mistake. It blinks behind me immediately. You son of a gun. How dare you? Oh, I should have hit the friggin' blink frog with that LRD as well. Well, yes, 1 shot out to the blink frog, 2 shot out towards the blink frog. Hopefully take it out. And we did. Jeez Louise. And back to the pillar dancing we go. Back to our adventure around the old dungeon here. Random energy towards us at a bad time might have killed us there, but no such misfavor for us today, at least not for the time being. Let's maybe check on some wands. 15% versus my 30%? 31%. Yeah, I think we stick with our own guns here. Did that work? The Hydra easily resists and then tries to bite us a billion times. Cool, cool, cool. Totally understandable. And this is our lives now for the rest of our existence. Oh gosh, I just took a wrong turn there. Oof, almost got ourselves killed. Let's not do that again, shall we? Instead, use this opportunity. Regain what little health we have. Come on. Blink frog, don't notice me. Oh my gosh, how did it not notice me? That was incredible. I mean, now it's hot on our tail. Unfortunately, it seems to have conned on to what we're trying to do here, our retreat strategy, as it were. Oh my gosh, and this is solid content, I'm sure. Just me circling around pillars over and over again. Come on, petrify this son of a gun. Oh my gosh. I believe, you know, I have so much faith in our ability as an Earth Elementalist that I want to do it. I want so bad. For it to work, you son of a gun. There we go, random energy. Come on, come back to our side, please. Oh, we had it for a few turns there. I was going to make our escape. Even if I could just park this Hydra and leave forever, I would at this point. Happily and gladly. Wait, the frog did it. The frog did it. That evil genius. Okay. Go down. Find this stair. Right, it is our lair stair. No. Yeah, I'm not going to run into anything else scary down here, right? No, bad decision. Immediately doubt everything that I was just saying there. Instead, let's just try and fight this Hydra. Trying to get it to the one-on-one, just like this. This is what we want. Start with corrosion. There we go. Lost a bunch of AC. Oh me oh my. LRD. Come on, you son of a gun. That uses so much mana. Okay, Acid Wand, though, should get us through this still. Acid Wand should get us through. Like, come on, game. Very funny prank and all that, but you can just kill the Hydra now. That's cool. You don't need to keep this nonsense up. You know what? There we go. There we go. One more LRD finally does it. Jeez Louise, that was a titanic struggle, a painfully, tediously slow duel to the death there. But the important part is we came out of it alive, and so we're finally ready to go back to the lair that we left behind in our haste and fear. And hopefully everything else seems relatively easy comparatively. Another 8-headed Hydra. That's great, game. I don't mind at all. Thank you kindly, of course. That's exactly what we were hoping to run into at this stage in the game. Oh, and with water between us and the stairs, the Hydra gets to be super fast. Very cool. Ouch. Ouch. So we could... I didn't actually realize we had Divine Exegesis. Maybe I should have been training some invocations up until this point, and that could have saved our butt. As is. Here we go again against a freaking Hydra. This time around, what can I do slightly differently to avoid a slow and painful demise, or rather a rather quick and painful demise? Chances of polymorphing, I'm guessing, are not great, and I do not like what you turn into either. Understandably so, you are an 8-headed Hydra after all. You know what, let's go for a heal. Dang it, I was hoping that would bring us a little bit over what we needed. But I guess here we are again, crossing our fingers, hoping against hope, betting it all on the dream. And I think I'm going to scroll Fear. I think that's my next go-to here. Last Hydra easily resisted, which we did not love. But first Hydra got caught by it. 50-50 maybe? Maybe? Regardless, let's make a decision, live with our choices. Fear scroll. Okay. Get the heck away from me, you dang old Hydra. And we have officially confirmed now on 2 different levels that we are not at all prepared to take on 8-headed Hydras. Oh, geez Louise. Fun stuff. Set a goal on invocations to 12, even though we may not start training that right away, because I am debating getting that Petrify chance a little bit higher. The only issue with that is it does kind of fall out of favor and fall out of use. Though I should say that statue form should still be on our list of desirable spells, so transmutations will probably come in handy beyond just the use in Petrify there. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Try that bad boy out for size and decide, do I want to just give up on Lair for the time being? Probably just focus on gaining a bit of experience here. I guess we've also been wearing the Guardian Spirit necklace, which I kind of forgot we were testing out. That may have been responsible for some of our low points, magic-wise, but a lot of that was also just me throwing out all of my magic points on just a few failed Petrify chances and some LRDs that didn't do nearly enough damage. So, I think I'm happy to keep testing out a little bit with that Spirit Guardian necklace, and instead, let's continue down the standard dungeon itself here. Holy cow. Hello, greeting party. Love to see you all, but I'm just gonna walk the heck out of there for sure, don't get me wrong. Mark that stairway off, never come back again, and let's try and find that gauntlet, shall we? Oh geez, it looks like this whole floor might just be a wide open arena Coliseum of Doom. So let's do a magic mapping. Confirm that maybe. Okay, this is a very cool entrance to Orc actually. Feels a bit more thematic now, seeing all that. But more importantly, where are the potential gates? It's looking like it's going to be this buddy here. I wanted to make sure it wasn't just a shop, but that's got to be the one, which does mean we can head back up here, and this stairway should be nice and close. Immediately go into a rage against the Eye of Draining. That kind of works out for us, honestly, all things considered. And then, I'm trying to be sneaky here, which is probably stupid. So, do you know what? Change my mind. Back up. Let's get rid of our slow in safety. We shouldn't be at risk of losing access to the gauntlet anyway, so let's not be reckless, not be too hasty, as it were. And the shadow went invisible, but did not last long, at least. Oh, geez. Howler Monkey, don't call attention to... Dang it. I think what I do here is I actually fight on the gauntlet for a little bit. We know the other side of this entrance is going to be a safe space here. So I think we can kind of afford to maybe, if we run into more enemies, fight them even if we're slowed. No? No? Okay, that's fine. Let's head into the gauntlet before we lose access. And time to take a peek at our routes. See if there's anything we can handle here. Maybe anything we can't handle. And pick a direction. Definitely seems interesting. Orange crystal statue. Fun stuff. A bunch of Melials. Honestly, the smiting is scary, but we at least are poison immune or resistant. Just resistant. Okay, good to know. And then a cold room does bode nicely for us, just in terms of RC is something we have the capabilities for. Keep it exploring. Perfect. And now let's do a Control F period. See what's on the floor everywhere. Amulet of Vitality. Could be real nice for keeping ourselves alive. That was in the bottom right. This ring was middle along with the hat here. As long as we can take the orange statue, this is probably the one that entices me most. It's a hat that we're able to wear with magical properties and an artifact ring. Pretty solid. Artifact necklace was up top, indeed. What about the gloves? Gloves was in fire chamber. Cool, cool, cool. Well. I guess first chamber is going to be the same no matter what, and it looks to be cold themed for the most part, so I think we'll be okay in there. The one advantage we do have, or slight advantage at the very least, is that with LRD and these wall-heavy areas, we do have a lot of good opportunities to take down multiple enemies in one fell swoop. Of course, we'll see how it goes. I try and drown myself a few times in a row. Love that the game doesn't let me do that. Very much appreciate that fact. And okie dokie, I think into the gauntlet we go. Start by backing up into a nice little corner, and then right, Ice Devils. Should have put on our ice resistant stuff that I was talking about. But as is, should be fine regardless here. And look at that. The beautifully placed walls allow me to just shred with a little bit of LRD thrown in here and there. That's what you want to see for sure. And let's keep it moving. Next choices are between non-artifact ring and some money, and a crappy spear. Wow, what a hard decision. I'm sure there's something else down here that I'm just completely missing, but... oh, I'm not too sure what it is. Spear, steel ring? Steel ring was in there. Fortunately, this menu here, when you control F period, it does sort by nearness to you. So you can kind of guesstimate where you think things are going to lie, where they're going to end up. Helped us out at least a little bit there, but it does make our decision for us, most likely at least, as the top chamber. The only thing potentially throwing that off is if the final chambers up top are no good. But I think these are the two I'm debating between anyway. So scratch that. And let's just keep it going here. See if we can get through the rest of the chamber encounters themselves. Yes, of course. But even more importantly, and I guess even after all of that is over and done with, we have the Minotaur themselves to handle. But there we go. Nice, easy ice room. I guess nice, easy 2 ice rooms right up our alley. And then, Melii, susceptible to poison. We have poison breath. That's something, that's something. Orange statues scare the crap out of me. I guess rightfully so, now that I'm taking a better look at it. So you know what? Let's just keep it simple, stupid. Let's not overcomplicate things too much. And we shall head into the poison chamber here. We failed to use. Failed to use our breath weapon again. Way to go, me. I'm sure we make our dragon parents proud. They're not at all embarrassed of their son who keeps messing up the most straightforward of tasks. But more importantly, that does give us the confusion effect, which means no smites are coming in, at the very least, even if they can accidentally slice us still here or there. And not too shabby. That is through the army of cult priestess. Do not walk into the dispersal trap. That was an accident game. Sorry, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me, as it were. Okie dokie. Onwards and upwards. It's just a Minotaur, right? It's just a Minotaur. It's not a big deal. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Okay? We'll be okay. As long as he's not over deep water this time with an obsidian axe, then we'll be fine. Yeah, that feels a bit safer, that specification. But are there any switches I want to make? Fire weakness is slightly risky, maybe. Especially if I just forget to take it off and he has like a fire sword or something like that. But I'm feeling all right. Feeling all right. Also, Amulet of Guardian Spirit, I just realized, gives us 25 extra health. Vitality already gives us 15 and regen. So I think I'm going to switch to the Amulet of Vitality. Rest up, make sure we heal up. And let's do this. Let's dance, you and I. You do have a fancy something or another in your hand. It's the Spellbinder. Wow, you do indeed have something fancy. So we cannot get in melee range with this buddy, otherwise that will truly cause us some problems. 0% chance of petrifying you. What is your will? Okay. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Cool. Start with an acid blast. Then let's make him close the distance towards us here. And hum-de-dum. Is there anything I can do to prep for him coming around the corner? Probably. Is there anything I need to do to prep for him coming around the corner? Not necessarily. I do maybe want to set my throwing weapon to the Curari darts. That kind of interests me. Maybe we'll slow this buddy down. Never mind. We shall miss that buddy. There we go. Slow him down. Man, I can't believe you have 13 of those. That's just absurd. 13 javelins. Fortunately, at the last second here, and I should have probably said this out loud instead of just going about my day here, but I totally forgot that these crystal walls are an Earth Elementalist's best friend. So, let's just immediately start smashing those bad boys. Ouch. That hurt more than I'd like to admit. Okay, cool. It's not like I was just excited about my brilliant plan that I thought had saved my life. Okay, you're not hasted, which means I should be fine to take one step. Because you should just have to take your step to catch up. You shouldn't have time to throw. Yeah. And same for one more. Next one also has that effect, but I'm running out of moves I can make here that are safe. Oh gosh, why do you have to deal so much damage with your javelins, friend? All I needed was one of those to miss, and I would have been comfortable enough to finish this fight, just maybe. Fortunately, Chiari has run out. What's the chance of us hitting with Acid Wand? 14% chance to evade? I mean, not great evasion chances, but we're dead if it doesn't both hit you and kill you, which I'm doubtful on the double there. I think we can accomplish one of those results, but not both. Could be wrong, of course, and happy to be proven wrong. But let us... Oh, right, no chance anything that requires willpower works, I should say. Jeez, stumbling over everything. You know, one more heal wounds. It's got to happen. Spellbinder's next to us, but it's honestly probably actually... is it better than the silver javelins? I think I'm potentially dead in one hit, regardless. So let's make this one count, shall we? One more LRD. Feel like it could do it. I do believe. Oh, I don't have enough magic for that, though, of course. Oh, me oh my. So, instead, recombobulate. What are our actual solutions, brain? What are we doing? Check our abilities. Channel magic, way too late for that, and not great chances of it working anyway. The noxious fumes should have been an earlier move. Confusing this buddy would have done wonders. Do you want 2% chance of fail? I believe. Oh. We did confuse them. Okay, run away. Just far enough away. Oh, I'm worried the turn you come out of confusion, you might kill me, but there we go. Oh gosh, my heart. My poor, poor heart. Made it through though. Jeez Louise. Spellbinder is now in our possession. We've destroyed the anti-magic Minotaur at the end of the maze here, and for it, we've hopefully found ourselves with a sweet selection of goods here. Let's take a little peek-see, shall we? And honestly, Condenser Vein alone kind of gets my vote here. But in order to get out of here, we will first have to do some organization, because as per usual, I've let my inventory get completely filled up here. I think paralysis can be dropped if anything is low enough willpower that has a chance of working. We have petrify for that, so that might help out. There we go. We automatically picked up the dig wand. That's fine by me. That was one that we were going to take under our belt. Maybe I'll get rid of the javelins. I just love javelins so much that I am always so tempted to try carrying them around, just on that off chance that we end up putting some experience into throwing. But there's no real point to it, and I feel like maybe it's best to just take what we need here. And that might be it for my shuffling here. Wand of Enslavement, happy to leave behind. Piece of garbage. And that's that. Gauntlet successfully completed here. We did just get a Phantom Mirror in time to make the one out here useless, but that's fine. That's okay. We will scroll down here. Let's turn off Javelins from auto pickup. Let's turn off Condenser Vein and Phantom Mirror. Those are probably my two favorite evocable items. Definitely the ones I find come in handy most often on the average run at the very least. So I am very much happy to see both of those show up here. We'll of course immediately continue my journey with our full inventory here. But that should be fine as long as we don't run into too much more treasure right away. Let's maybe identify these, trying to get haste. Ooh, magic potions. I'll take that as well. That's honestly just as good in my books. And okie dokie. Yeah, I think I need to drop some stuff before I immediately go into a time portal, again forgetting that I should probably take care of that beforehand. We also never quite gave this the due diligence in terms of talking about its effects. Another Spirit Guardian item, so that's pretty solid. And this one does have Evocable Fly, could come in handy. Strength +7. We really want to was gonna say wear heavy armor, but that's never gonna happen as a Draconian, so scratch that, never mind. I guess we want to hit a little bit harder, which is not bad. We are using our sword a decent amount here. The RF should also come in handy for if we still are dangerously lacking in that department by the time we get to Orbs of Fire and whatnot, of course. But we shall see how things go here. See how things fly. There we go. I was trying to move so that the eel went next to this wall and we could load it up. Nice. Love to see it. And I think I can take a warrior head to head, actually. Indeed we can. Good to know. Oh gosh, yeah. Run, especially since, ooh, that time the rage caused us to pass out from exertion after the fact. That's not what you want to see there, for sure. A little bit scary that the priest would come around the corner just flinging smites left and right, but looks like we're getting the opportunity maybe for another shot here. Also, I was trying to hide behind the statues to take out the electric eels and almost took far too much damage in my attempts to do so. You know what, let's prioritize priest first, then eel. There we go. This all makes a lot more sense now, not feeling quite as disappointed in my decision making. And we immediately run. If we pass out, we're dead. Okay, good, we did not pass out. Oh boy. As, I guess, per usual for us, we are just continually enraging on the final hit of a fight here, which is kind of silly, but it is what it is for sure. Oh, I should definitely be blowing up the BO statues. As much as I talked about how much I love BO earlier in this run, my character here is hard and fast in the Sif Muna camp, so what can I say? Also, don't pass out. Please don't pass out. Okay, we did not pass out, just have our slow effect here. Eye of Draining has gotten rid of all of our magic as well, but hey, I guess this is why we train ourselves to be okay with the sword, just in case all that nonsense happens. No problems whatsoever.